the topic about the New England Patriots controversy that is going out there right now. With the Super Bowl 49 approaching at the University of Phoenix Stadium this Sunday, the Patriots are preparing to face off against the Seattle Seahawks, the defending Super Bowl champions. However, Patriots deflated ball controversy continues to be the drawing question of whether the New England Patriots legally earned their place in this year's Super Bowl. Since the outbreak of the alleged scandal, I chose two particular sources, newscasts, Fox News Sports and TMZ Sports, in their hunt of the 11 deflated footballs that may have been the determined factor of the Patriots' victory against the Colts. Now, just to give you a little bit of the background, the Patriots are under investigation for the allegedly deflated 11 footballs out of the 12 that they threw during the game with the Colts. The NFL has a regulation as far as the balls are need to be, I believe it's 13.5 psis, and during the time when they weighted the balls, they showed that they were under the 12.5 psis. So as a result, what that did, controversially, it made it more made the football a little bit easier to grip, easier to throw, as well as a little bit tougher to kick. So it gave initially it gave the Patriots a bit of an upper advantage, a competitive advantage, nevertheless, against the Colts. That's why they were able to win the championship on that end. So despite the allegations, I've learned that both Fox News and TMZ News truly depend on marketing perspective. In order to capitalize on the trending topics and news events that helps attract the audience through social media, blogs, mobile apps, videos, photos, and magazine ads, as an attempt to influence the attitudes and behaviors of the viewers. After observations, I realized that Fox News provides more appropriate footage of the alleged New England Patriots inflated ball scandal. Just recently, Fox Sports News had learned that the NFL had zeroed in on the New England Patriots locker room attendant in connection with the scandal of improperly inflating the football used at the AFC Championship game against the Indianapolis Colts. In fact, according to Jay Glazer, one of the Fox reporters, surveillance videos allegedly shows the attendant taking the footballs from the official locker room and going to another room at the Gillette Stadium before bringing them out to the field. Whereas TMZ, on the other hand, portrays more of a complementary approach of their alleged inflated football scandal, which, in my opinion, I consider not so much of a credible source. In fact, this week alone, TMZ had released several videos. One of the videos with Terrell Owens, one of the former NFL stars, claiming that Tim Bradley knows that, well, the headline reads, in other words, that Tim Bradley knows that those balls were illegal. In addition, the other videos makes fun about Tim Bradley on his news conference called, as he made a remix on his news conference called "Balls So Hard, Deflated Gate Remix." Clear TMZ sources are not appropriate or credible. In addition to that, it appears that TMZ is a bit biased to the allegations of the New England Patriots scandal, The wording on TMZ's headlines and most of their sites portrays the wrong and misleading content to the audience. Anywhere from Tim Bradley knowing that the balls were illegal, or even with Tim Bradley having that so-called mix out there, doesn't support any evidence at all of whether or not these the alleged balls were actually supported by their sources. I went ahead and I pulled up some images that I actually created for you guys here, and I'm going to flip the screen over so that way you can see what I'm talking about. And I'll go ahead and share that with you now. Here you'll see some of the ads that they did, that TMZ posted up, and then some of what I got from Fox News, sports news. So, okay, so the wording on the headlines, what you see here is TMZ headline portrays kind of the wrong and misleading content there. You see, and on the left or on the corner side there, on the right-hand corner side, you see that there's Terrell Owens making the comment that Tim Bradley knew that those balls were illegal. And then you also see, the coach where he makes a statement that he didn't deflate the footballs and that there really isn't any explanation for what happened. But nevertheless, there's really no evidence, again, as I mentioned, of really, what TMZ is providing, saying that, that the Patriots are in fault for those balls being deflated the way they were. As far as the any type of stereotype, well, by TMZ posting Tim Bradley's remix video there, Ball So Hard, Deflated Gate remix, it really is a perfect example of gender stereotype. TMZ created a music video basically just for publicity, repeating the words or using the words from Tim Bradley that he doesn't screw around when it comes to his balls. Really appears to be, really comparing that to his, man genitals. Really, it's the wrong perception, and it really did have a bit of a stereotype when it comes to males there. Furthermore, although there might be some bias acquisitions against New Patriots from TMZ, the stories again do not appear to be fabricated. The evidence provided from Fox News, however, do have accurate information, despite the alleged is still under investigation. There's still some supporting evidence there showing that there was surveillance cameras showing an attendant taking those balls from their locker room into another room and then bringing them out afterwards. So that's a little bit more facts. That's something that we did get from TMZ. But as I said, since the allegations of the deflated football, TMZ has only really made acquisitions based on other news media investigations, not really from their own research. They really just are making fun of the situation as opposed to supporting it. In addition to that, they've recently had, with the biased headlines they've continued to create, what it does is really just confusing people and misleading the contents to their viewers. They are not only that, but TMZ is also, limiting the audience the understanding of what really happened. Whether it was a competitive advantage for the Patriots by actually deflating the footballs, as opposed to really saying that there are some other supporting factors that have led to them winning that game. So in this case, I would say that it could have been a little bit more clear what TMZ provided in their postings, commentaries there, but they again, I think their approach was more about just making fun of the situation, if you will. I believe that TMZ could have done a better job with the allegations and fairness in terms of providing appropriate support of the position commentaries. But making it, making fun of the controversy is one thing, but again, balancing it with acquisitions made that were given uh, that are facts would have gave, and again, providing the audience more detailed information of what really happened would have gave them, the viewers a more of understanding of what really happened in the situation. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening in, and you guys have a great day. Can I edit? Mhm. Oh, no, what is